Hiya, Angie here. I hope you're all doing wonderfully well. Now, we all know that relationships can be really hard, and finding the right partner for some can seem absolutely impossible. There are those things, those deal breakers, that if the person has them or doesn't have them, they're things that absolutely hell no, unacceptable, and you walk away. Then there are those preferences, those things that it would be nice if they had it, something that you would appreciate if they had it. Now, I believe that deal breakers and preferences are often born from our experiences. Your experience is different to mine and mine different to others. So maybe what's a deal breaker for you might not be for me. We all have our opinions, we all have our experiences, and we have to learn to respect other people's opinions. Now, when it comes to deal breakers and preferences, I decided not to think about it too much. The first things that came to my head, I would write it down. Because let's be honest, there are quite a lot of deal breakers and there's quite a lot of preferences. There's a lot of things that we would like the other person to have. Now, some of these preferences, to be quite honest, I'm not quite sure if they are deal breakers or not. So if you're interested in this topic and you want to come along with me for this journey, for this ride, you know what to do. Don't go anywhere. Now, for my first preference, I put height. I am 5'9", 5'10". I'm a tall lady. So I prefer tall men. Is it a deal breaker? It's almost a deal breaker. But I would like to think that I was mature enough to not exclude a whole group of people just because they were shorter. I don't know. I'd like to think so, but I don't know. Another thing that I would really prefer in someone that I like, and that is a sense of humor. Someone that can make me laugh. Someone who can see the funny side of things. Someone who doesn't take life or themselves too seriously. Someone who can see that maybe I'm a bit down and they know how to lift my spirits by making me smile. That kind of a person, I think, is priceless. That's the kind of person that I want in my corner. That's the kind of person that I feel that I could lean on. So without a shadow of a doubt, someone with a good sense of humor and maybe even a beautiful smile, all the better. So yes, someone with a sense of humor is definitely someone who I would like to have in my corner. Now, they say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So what I might find attractive might not be attractive for you. And sometimes attraction is something that we really can't put our finger on. There are people out there that are absolutely gorgeous. They are stunning. But that doesn't mean that you're attracted to them. And there are other people that may not be so good looking, but there's just that something about them. You can't quite put your finger on it. But there's that pull that they pull you towards them. There's that chemistry, that fire. Somebody has to have that attraction that pulls me towards them. And that is absolutely something that I prefer. Now, if someone doesn't make my toe curl, would it be a deal breaker? No. You would have to have something that attracts me. But definitely I would prefer someone that, that just to look at them is just like fire. You feel like you're burning from the insides. You know what I'm talking about, right? Someone who is intellectually curious is so attractive to me. Someone who wants to know more. Someone who has a thirst for knowledge. Someone who, if he doesn't know something, he will look it up. He will research it. He will study it. He needs to know more. That is a trait that I personally find very, very attractive. So yeah, someone that wants to enlarge in his baggage of knowledge. I like it when a man is studious. I like it when a man wants to better himself when it comes to knowledge. That is up there on my list when it comes to preferences. Where is it on yours? Now, to be honest, this is one of those that I wasn't quite sure whether it should be on the deal breakers or on the preferences, because I absolutely believe that a man should be financially stable, but not for the money in itself, but it's what's behind that. And that is a man who's not financially stable, a man who's not where he should be financially. He knows it. He knows he could do better. He knows that he's not where he's supposed to be. And sometimes that can make him bitter. That can make him a little bit aggressive. It can make him jealous. It can also make them be angry. And sometimes they can take that out on you, especially if you're doing better than them, especially if you're earning more than them. They don't like it. I mean, they have their pride, and I get it. I don't get it that they have to take it out on you. So I can understand the depression and they're not feeling good about themselves. So that's why for me, a man, but even just saying it now, maybe it should be on the deal breaker side, but a man who is not financially stable could be a problem. I really like a man who is adventurous, someone who likes to explore, someone who likes to travel and see different places, try different foods. You know, there are some people that are just so stuck in their ways and they don't want to try new things and they don't want to go to places that they don't really know. And there's certain countries they don't want to travel to. For me, I just like people who are curious, who wants to know what's going on in other parts of the world, who wants to see other parts of the world, wants to do things and different customs and cultures. Someone who's adventurous, someone who likes to travel and to see the world. That for me is definitely a preference. It is very important to have someone on your side, someone who's encouraging, who's supportive, who you know that will always be there for you if you need them. So yes, on the preference list, this is something that I would most definitely prefer. Now, I know a lot of you don't know me, and of course you shouldn't, because I mean, I'm no one. I'm not Rihanna or Beyonce, but I am a singer, and that means, and as a singer, sometimes I travel the world, I'm abroad, I'm on tour, and I do things, and that keeps me away from home. So I need someone who's supportive, someone who's encouraging, someone who lets me know it's okay if you leave home. When you come back, I'll be here waiting for you. Someone that when I'm away, I don't have to worry about. I don't have to think that they're doing God knows what. So someone who's supportive of what I do and someone who encourages me and lets me know, you go girl, you're doing it. Yeah, that is someone that means a lot to me and helps me sleep easy. Now, as I just told you, I am a singer. So for me, I would prefer someone who appreciates music. He doesn't have to be a musician, but someone who likes music. Now, if he likes the genre of music that I like, if he likes that, all the better. But if he has his own taste too, that's fine. As long as he has a passion for music, as long as music speaks to him in a certain way that music kind of speaks to me. So yeah, someone who appreciates music is definitely a preference for me. I've worked really hard to be where I am. I've worked really hard to do the things that I do. So I would appreciate someone who works just as hard, someone who's not afraid of putting in the hours, someone who's not afraid of getting his hands dirty, someone who's not afraid of working outside of the 9 to 5, someone who puts in the time, the effort, and works hard for what he wants. That is something that I appreciate and something that I definitely respect. Now, I'm someone who you can probably tell who likes to talk, and I have my opinions. I would prefer someone who knows how to hold his own when it comes to a discussion, and he can hold his own when it comes to a debate. Someone who doesn't shy away from a hard discussion, someone who's not scared to broach certain topics, and someone who's not afraid to let me know, Angie, I don't agree with you. Respectfully, I don't agree with you, and is able to put forth with a good argument his opinion. Not someone who's over emotional, not someone who has to scream and shout to get his point across. I can't stand that. Sometimes the quietest voices are the ones that are heard the most. You don't have to scream and shout and carry on to be heard. So I love a difference of opinion. I don't like people who are afraid to disagree with me. Have your own opinion and know how to put it across. So yes, somebody who likes to have a good, healthy discussion and have a good, healthy debate, I love it. It's up there as one of my favorite preferences. Now let's talk about these deal breakers. What are those things that you are not prepared to accept and you are prepared to just turn on your heels and walk away? Let's get into those, shall we? Now, as I told you, I didn't plan any of these. I just wrote the first things that came to my mind. And the first thing that came to my mind when thinking about deal breakers is someone who cheats. That is something for me, an absolute no-no, unacceptable. There is no discussion. There's no talking about it. Absolutely not. And the reason why I feel that way is not for the reasons that you might think. Because the fact that he was with somebody else, maybe I could even get over that. Well, I couldn't. But let's say for argument's sake, I could get over that. What I couldn't get over is the fact that I believe that in the moment that he decided to cheat, I came into his mind. My face with my red hair just pooh. And he decided to erase that image of me, to cancel whatever thought he was thinking and go there anyway and do what he wanted to do anyway. That is what I would find unacceptable. The fact that you thought of me, but the thought of me was not strong enough to stop you from doing what you wanted to do. So for me, a cheater, absolutely a deal breaker. Don't try to explain yourself. You can be sorry as much as you want to be sorry. It'll be okay, thank you. I'll sit there and I might even listen. But the end result would be, bye. Now, another thing that would be a deal breaker for me, and that is an addict. Whether it be drugs, whether it be alcohol, whether it be pornography, whether it be gambling, whatever it is, if someone is addicted, I personally am not equipped to deal with it. I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses, and I know that I personally could not deal with it. I couldn't deal with the lying. I couldn't deal with the not knowing if he's clean or if he's fallen back into old habits. It would just be too much for me. It wouldn't be one of my strengths. I just couldn't do it. So without a doubt, a deal breaker for me would be an addict. Now, someone who is controlling and manipulative, deal breaker. You want to control what I eat, what I do, where I go, what I say, what jobs I accept, how I dress, how I speak, how I do my hair, what color my hair is. All of those things, for me, is a deal breaker. You can't be telling big people what to do. You can't be controlling me in any way, shape or form, just in the same way that I shouldn't be trying to control you. Please allow me to digress a little bit. I know that there are some people who may have a problem with the color of my hair. Now, everyone has a way of expressing themselves. Everyone does what they want to do. Yet they feel the need to tell somebody else they don't have the right to do what they want to do. That is absolutely crazy to me. I would never come and tell you and say, you know what, your skirt's too short. Or to say, you know what, man, you have too much gold teeth in your mouth. That's not my business. Why is that my business? Do you like it? If you like it, I love it. I would never come and tell. But yet there are people that feel the need to tell you that, well, you shouldn't have red hair, or the red hair is a problem. Problem for who? But honestly, I digress. You should really know that I'm not bothered at all. And my red hair is not going anywhere for now. So yeah, someone who's controlling and manipulative is definitely a deal breaker. Something that I wouldn't put up with. I don't want someone to control me and tell me what to do and how to be. That's not happening. Wouldn't work for me. Absolutely unacceptable, and something that I would definitely get up, turn on my heels and walk away from. Would you? Now, I know that there are people out there that unfortunately and sadly, and it breaks my heart to know, that have to go through abuse, whether it be mental, whether it be physical, whether it be verbal. Honestly, I don't know what that means. My mind, I cannot imagine someone standing in front of me and wanting to harm me, wanting to physically harm me or verbally abuse me. I can't imagine it. I honestly cannot. It makes no sense to me. It's over my head. And I hate the idea that some women have to go through that. And some men do too. Some men are abused too. And I hate that for people. So definitely for me, that is something that's a no-brainer. That's something that is so unacceptable, so unimaginable, so huge that, yeah, 10 times a deal breaker, this one for me. No abusive people. No, 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 no. Absolutely not. Now, this is a deal breaker for me, and that is someone who has several children with several different mothers. I mean, I think it goes without saying. I couldn't be dealing with the drama, but that's not part of my world. It's not something that I'm familiar with, and I wouldn't want to get drawn into it. So without a doubt, someone who has several kids with several different women would be a deal breaker. Now, someone who doesn't take care of their personal hygiene is an absolute deal breaker. I can't do it. Can't do it, friends. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. I could not have someone around me who doesn't believe in showering, and I like someone who smells good, take care of his teeth. I like someone who's not afraid to use the shower, who's not allergic to water, who likes to brush his teeth and has nice teeth and a nice smile and nice fresh breath.
Nice to meet you. E brani simili.
Alexa! Alexa, stop! I don't know what the hell is wrong with Alexa. Am I the only one that has a phantom Alexa, just comes on and talks whenever she wants to? It's scary. What's going on? Come on, Amazon, do something. That's not good. I don't know what's going on. Someone who's smelly and stinky, and I have to navigate in the middle of the stench and the crust. No. No, not happening. Sorry, I can't do it. Can't do it. No, 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 no. Can't do that. Can't do that. That is a deal breaker. That is 10 deal breakers. Makes me wanna hurl. So no, I'm sorry. No smellies, thank you. Sorry. Ew. There are some people that they lie more than they tell the truth. There are some people that they don't know the truth if it came up and just punched them in the face. I don't get it. I don't want to become Magnum PI or Columbo to have to figure out if you're telling me the truth or where you've been and what you did. I have no time for that. I am not going to become a detective for anybody. That's not my job. That is for somebody else. I am not going through anybody's phone. I am not checking anybody's email. If I believe that I have to do that, if I believe that I need to go through your phone to find the truth, then that means that you are not for me. I am not doing any of that. So if you're a liar, go and tell and spin your story to somebody else. It's not going to be with me. Now, this last one might seem like nothing, and it might seem like something that's not really that big a deal. But for me, it is. And that is someone who's not kind. Kindness seems to be so hard to find these days. People are so angry. People are so upset. Seem to be always on edge. And they're not kind. And kindness to me is one of the most attractive, one of the most beautiful things that there is out there. A lot of people think that kindness is weakness. Are you kidding me? No, it's not. You know, people seem to have lost the art of just being kind. It seems to me that people seem to be hurting, and because they're hurting, they want to hurt. And I don't understand that. It doesn't take anything to be kind. And being kind doesn't mean that you have to make people make a fool out of you or make people treat you anyway. Kindness is so underrated. I think that the world would be a completely different place if people were kind. At the end of my videos, I always say, be kind to yourself and to others. And it's not something that I just throw out there just because. Because something that I really believe that if you're kind, it can change the world. Your kindness can change someone's day. A smile, a kind word can change someone from having a really bad day to a really good one. Kindness is a powerful thing, and we all have it, and we can all control it. But many of us, we decide to not use it and prefer being nasty, and prefer being cruel and mean. And and it's something that it saddens me actually. So yeah, someone who is not kind. Kindness is a big thing for me. I try to be kind. I don't want to ever be mean to anyone. Now, if you come for me, and if you catch me in the wrong day and in the wrong mood, I can be just as unkind. But I really try not to be. I never go out of my way to be hurtful. I never go out my way to be mean to people. So for me, kindness is really up there as one of the biggest things. So if someone isn't kind, it's a deal breaker, it's 10 deal breakers, it's 100 deal breakers, and I'm walking away without a shadow of a doubt, no ifs and buts. I'm gone. Be kind, people. Honestly, we really need to be kind. So there you have it. There are my preferences and my deal breakers. Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? What deal breakers would you put in? Or what preferences would you put in? Now, don't be afraid to leave a comment down below and let me know what are your deal breakers and what are your preferences. And if you agreed with my choices or not. I would love to hear from you. Thank you for taking the time out to be with me today. It was good seeing you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. But until then, be kind to yourself and to others. Take care. Bye for now. Ciao.